So about a few months ago, I made a video on basically YouTube's advertisements, and basically just how unfriendly it is. Like, it's still bad, and I've got a follow up here with even more things because there's been weird witnessings of things I've seen on YouTube so far. And it's concerning because it literally is showing me stuff that's not only irrelevant but also dangerous. And it's gone in such a way that I actually think it's safe to say now that it's not content creators who are not advertiser friendly. It's the advertisers who aren't advertiser friendly. And this is no exaggeration, because that is literally what's happening. And what's really silly about this is it's so easy to prevent, and you do it by doing this one simple thing: stop tracking what people are fucking doing. Because what happened the other day did freak me out a bit, because it was like it was actually scanning my messages that were out there, and essentially it figured out that I have specific problems that I'm keeping personal. Although actually this one isn't too bad, actually, the one I'm talking about. But it's still tracking something of my own life, my own well-being, and then advertising something to address it. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, that is ridiculous. And the specific thing, when I'm wondering, is actually it's to do with my weight. So I was talking with someone about my weight and how I'm basically putting more of it on somehow, even though I've taken up a healthy lifestyle. It's concerning because I'm not really self-conscious about this, but I am essentially looking to lose weight, and the issue we run into here is I do badly need to lose weight, and it's all well and good when I was supposedly recommended something for it, but it's recommended in such a way that it just feels like it's not genuine and it's not even going to be helpful. And the problem with advertisers here is that it's often someone trying to make a quick buck rather than actually trying to help someone. So rather than show you like self-help or even like therapy or something, or even like a local gym, it's just this weird fucking AI generated thing saying that you could lose 40 pounds this way. It's like, this sounds suspicious. Like, that's really dumb. I don't want that. So I really can't multitask here, I'm doing the wrong thing again. But it's like, why? But this isn't even the worst thing, because I have also struggled with depression for quite a while now, and I still struggle with it to an extent. The problem is, it seems to recommend me things that are completely unhelpful and unrelated. Because it says in these advertisements, I've got this several times by the way, procrastination is probably to do with depression. What? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, who says that, and what is even the evidence for this? It's obvious this wasn't like a health organisation sort of thing. Like, not even NHS, which by the way should be the thing advertised. No, they advertise this shit, which is possibly dangerous, and it's a terrible correlation to make. It's just like, why? And they've even been weird advertisers, I think think yesterday I was recommended like insurance. It's like, like why? Like I'm already insured. Like what the fuck's the deal here? It doesn't make any sense. Like why are these still here? And it just reminds me of the situation that others were in before, like on YouTube. Basically, I'd been witness to various channels where, say, there's a specific topic, and people tend to comment under them like, "Oh, I got an advertisement for X thing," which is like on the contrary to this one thing that the channel was about, which is funny but also very concerning. I don't know if you can buy those. It's interesting. But yeah, it's like extremely concerning because these shouldn't be showing on a channel that's against these very things. It's like religious channel or anti-religion even. They'll recommend something religious. That's not fucking helpful. Why are you recommending this? Like, it's just dangerous. Full stop. And not to mention vulnerable people who will get sucked into that. Like, for example, if there's a vision saying, the end of the world, isn't it? Like doomsday or whatever. Yeah, like vulnerable people will believe that, and they'll be like, "Oh, I better pay attention to it. I better believe this," sort of thing. And yeah, what ends up happening is they follow this thing, and it's like, "Oh, that's not good." Yeah, and they just fall into this trap. And before you know it, you've got Scientology 2.0. And yeah, that's the danger here. Like, it's a no-brainer. It's an obvious problem. It needs solving. And there needs to be guidelines on advertisements themselves, because believe it or not, that is a bigger problem. It all reminds me of this thing I've heard about on advertisements and stuff. Like Lewis Rossman brings this up as an example quite often. But there's basically advertisements for, like, for example, suicidal teenagers, and they recommend beauty products, and these are like teenagers who are self-conscious about their appearance. Like, what the fuck? And apparently that's present on Meta, but still, this is a problem. And sick people out there would actually say, like, "Oh, it's not a problem." They would actually justify the fact that, again, vulnerable people are being recommended these things just because it suits their narrative. Like, a bunch of creeps out there, because, by the way, these are all kind of related anyway. You know, they want these underage girls, for example, who are self-conscious to actually get into beauty products. Why? Because they're fucking creeps. And that's not even far from the truth either. It's not even a reach. Like, that's what I'm saying here. And it shows you the sort of world we're in. It's not just that we're contending with these terrible advertisers. We're contending with just immoral people and the justifications used for this sort of thing. You know, it sucks, because we definitely want the world to be a safer place, a more welcoming place for that matter. And even then, like, I want to be recommended products that are relevant to me. And, you know, I wasn't recommended tampons prior to the last situation where I just said tampon. Oh god, there's a figure in the corner of the room. But they didn't listen, which is weird, but they read my messages. It's like they had a key tracker or something, and they found out I wanted to lose weight. Like, if I go on there now, for example, like, what the fuck does it recommend me? I'm watching a video on Honkai Star Rail Law, because, yeah, believe it or not, follow that. What the fuck is this payroll? What the hell's that? Like, I don't even know what the hell this is. It doesn't mean a thing to me. Like, this is the other problem. It doesn't mean a thing. So not only is the thing just really in bad taste and irrelevant, it's like, it's just really badly advertised, and it doesn't make sense. Like, come on. And yeah, it's different if I was like being recommended something like a product I use, where I go like, they're okay. But I still prefer not to be advertised to, because I'm fed up with it. I don't want to see advertisements. And actually, fun fact, I use the Edge browser as my primary browser because it had a built-in ad blocker, and I did this for pretty much all my mobile phones, and it did work, and that's how I viewed YouTube usually, and avoided advertisements in the videos themselves, and it does seem to still work in that case, but it does show advertisements on the side. It's kind of sucks. Like, what's the other advertiser? Let's go to a different one. Let's go to Your Movie Podcast, which I watched. Stop this one, the IQ test. I got this last night. Yeah, it's like if you can name 14 states in the US, you have an IQ over 140. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Anyone could do that. And even though I have a map there behind me, it's like, yeah, that's stupid. It's the same thing here. If you got 12 correct answers in this quiz, you have an IQ above 140. Like, I haven't even talked about intelligence in quite a while, other than speaking about animals, which it probably got that from somehow. It's just, it's stupid. I don't fucking care. I could probably name 14 states if I'm left alone. I'm not going to do it. I don't care. Like, I don't care how intelligent I am. I just care about making people happy and making sure they're safe. And YouTube definitely aren't doing that. Also, like, again, this is like taking advantage of people, because there are people out there who feel like they're not intelligent. I definitely feel that way myself. But I don't feel the need to prove it. And that's the difference. But some people are vulnerable enough they feel the need to. And that ends up with all this advertisements that cater to that specific want or even need. And it's just like, what the fuck? Like, why? Yeah. Some of my emails are weird. It's weird. Yeah, it's very concerning. And I think we're even seeing it now where, like, apparently in China you have to watch an ad to get a fucking can of something from a vending machine just to buy it. Like, this is a problem. And one of the things that companies like YouTube need to understand, because they're obviously going to lead themselves to self-destruction again, as if it wasn't already bad enough, is the more you, again, prey on vulnerable people and exclude content creators, the more problems there'll be. But there's not only this to contend with, it's also the fact that you got distracted there. I was trying to think about what I was about to say. I think it's like contending with a struggling content creator base and the fact that you obviously need a platform to advertise things on. And while I'm glad that the advertisements are not like completely in the way, they are unfortunately there, and I can accidentally click them. And also, like, making the platform just user friendly when there are very valid reasons to. It's just insanity. Like, literally you could be taken to court for this because it is quite dangerous. And it reminds me of the situation I was in about a month ago, I think. I was like at a restaurant with people I know, and it does involve a kind of older person, but one of the things that happened there was they got recommended advertisements for a PDF file reader, and this resulted in basically a panic about, oh, but it says like mine's out of date and I'm compromised. Like, are you fucking kidding me? And it looks and it's like, oh, and this is on YouTube. Like, why is this still a thing? Oh, where are the guidelines? Where are the rules for this? Because there has to be something here. This is just dangerous and stupid. This shouldn't be happening. But why is it happening? Like, there's so many questions here. I'm just fed up of it. You know, this person would have been in the situation if they had fucking rules in place to stop this thing. If they had human moderators. Let's just sort of forget they're probably going to replace them with AI, but even then, you still need a human, because they're going to be the only ones who could pick these things out. Especially when an AI, especially if we're going towards Skynet of all things, apparently creating AI that kills people. We need to be careful of this shit. And we shouldn't take any risk with AI, we should take risks with humans. Because that's what needs to happen. That's how you keep the internet safe. And it also reminds me of something I got to think. I remember I think I woke up in the middle of the night because I have like bossa nova and jazz on as I fall asleep to help me focus and just concentrate on something. And yeah, it recommended me something suspicious. It said, warning, your device is compromised. And I think it linked to probably a virus site. I didn't look at it properly, but it's like, to see that in the middle of the night, are you fucking kidding me? I already have panic attacks when I get certain spam emails, but even then, like, this is just stupid. This shouldn't be a thing. That's what I really don't get about this. Why the hell are you advertising this crap to begin with? And I want to support even small businesses and stuff and smaller websites, for example. But you're not recommending me any. Instead, you're recommending me this complete garbage that is not only irrelevant but also dangerous. And no doubt spreads misinformation, like again the IQ test thing. And also just preys on vulnerable people. Yeah, I'm fed up with this. It's not relevant to me, and I'm actually gonna sort of look into a way to ad block things like that now. Because that's the situation I've been led to, and yeah, like, people will ad block because this shit happens. This is why. You know, it's hard to sort of balance it, I guess, but when the problem is the advertisements, then you have to do something about it. You have the money, you have the resources, the manpower. Like, Google are in control of this, and they don't do anything about it. Instead, they blame content creators. So, that's the situation we're in. It fucking sucks. But yeah, something needs to change about this. It's more of the same, but there's been some other revelations. It does seem like my messages are being read, or at least I'm being key tapped or something. Or key logged, or like, yeah, that's crazy. It affects us, and see everyone another time.